Good evening, and welcome to another Forge of Mars extravaganza, or whatever you want to call it. Yes, as we are doing a little bit of work with some knights that I received with my Titans purchase that I did. Well, obviously I built them all, and just giving these a go to try and get them a bit more to what I'm accustomed to. Hey, Zombie Painter. Afternoon. He's from Texas. How is it over in Texas? It's not been too bad a day over here. That's impressive. I literally just projectiled the tilt shield over me, so it landed on the seat behind me. So that's not too bad. Different, I guess. So, I said these were part of the package of knights that I received when I bought the last lot of Titans. So I'm just wondering if there's anything I can actually do to make them a little bit more, I said, for my flavour. Warm, no rain, but a good day to be outside. That's cool. Yeah, there's little bits of rain today over here, but overall, not too shabby. So I'm just trying to reshape this. Now I was trying to find, before coming on, if they had any Lancer heads, because a friend had obviously not used Lancer heads, they put the Castigator heads on, which isn't a problem, but just for peace of mind, I thought I'd try, see if I had any Lancer heads still, but I haven't, so we're going to have to stick with them. Just trying, because obviously poly cement is a lot harder to work with. If I drop off, sorry, driving. No, it's fine, mate. Funnily enough, I was listening to some friends chatting mostly on a drive this afternoon, so as I was going to pick up the boy from university, and I was just listening in. So it's it's all good. If you need to drop off, then drop off. There you go. That's better. So you've lost a bit of plastic. It's neither here and there. Just try our best. Hey Arnold, how are you, buddy? I'm just trying to do some salvage work with these knights. We'll try to be painting these as well, obviously. doesn't feel like that's going to come off too well if I try moving that. As you say, it's just they're a bit sort of staticky for my usual sort of taste. I'm just trying to see if I can do any little adjustments with them. So, because this arm was right like that, so it was sort of blocking, and I just want to do something like that, then that would be better for my eye. Just to sort of like differentiate it a little bit. As I say, I can't move the head. The head and the torso is really sort of like cemented on, so there's nothing I can really do without doing drastic damage, and I don't want to damage them. I want to try and make them as awesome as possible. So what are you guys up to? So we know Zombies are driving it currently and listening in. Much appreciated, thank you. Yeah, it's but then it's going to be really quite tricky doing that. Most probably because positioning and the saw I've got isn't like a real small saw. Working on the solar tank of Dracosan for the first test. Nice. The AT ones or the L or Limp? You got there. I'm assuming, obviously, because you're doing 28mm one, so I've answered my own question there, really. It's a little bit better than what it was, at least. So got 4 of the build and got 4 more on sprue. Not sure how they function on the table. Not sure how many I would need. Yeah, I'll just build them all. Get them all out on the battlefield. It's all good. So these ones are definitely a little bit more battered than others. So just trying to get some of the melted stuff out of the way. So it's more virgin plastic. So again, it's just a case of just trying to move the shield around more, so it's more of a like blocking. That's what we're looking for. So it looks like he's looking sort of over the shield a little bit, if you know what I mean. So I did manage to finish off the Spartans we started last week. Trying to help it sort of set a little bit quicker. says. So that's basically how they all turned out. So it's a little bit of a purple on certain parts, the purple stripe down the centre of the assault ramp. So all four of them are the same, basically. So no point in making them different. But yeah, they're alright. Dirtied them up a bit. So the Emperor's children have some tanks at least. Right. We get the super glue on. Get some of the little rocks out of that sandbox. Give it a little bit more texture. Show loads of them on there. And this pinch. The one thing I have noticed is with super glue, as you're putting it on to these bases, it starts to retreat from the edges. So you've got to kind of get that mix on there quickly. But you generally find that you'll be going over it again anyway. In certain places. I like to put a rock on top. So that's a bit more. And get that on the base. So I'm trying to be careful not going too near to the feet, because with this stuff it does sort of fill it up quite clunkily. So I still want to see the toes. So I'm happy with that at the moment. I'll do a little bit more around the edges as such. But just adding a little bit more of the bicarbonate soda. So it's just a gradual, like, making more of a texture. So you've got the rocks, and then you've got sort of various like bumpy bits, because obviously the ground's not going to be 100% flat as such. Make sure the arms in better. Oh, hello. Hey. No, you've got better things to be doing. If you're streaming to the masses, you've got your fans to look after. But it's appreciated. Thank you. It's always nice to have you here. But you're the big superstar here. And I wouldn't want you to sort of miss out. If you was going to do a stream and you enjoy your streams, I don't want you to be missing out. Thank you. Bless you. How are you, boss? How's the BB, the Rob, and the H? You're all good. Do this one differently. Exhausted. Was you out today? I can't remember. I know you said you had things to do, but I wasn't sure if it was out today or not. Sorry. I've had a busy old day myself, because I had to go and pick the boy up from his university. In Ipswich. So it was quiet today, and plus I let Will, my work son, had like another customer in today going, "Is it your dad?" to Will as I walked past, which made us all sort of laugh. And so because I let him go early yesterday, it was kind of convenient that obviously I could leave early today, because that's how people sort of work it. If it's quiet, one of us would nip off. So I had to go to Ipswich to pick Callum up. Drive wasn't too bad actually, about hour and a half from Harlow, and then about the same back to home. So some more bits onto the top here. Oh, pardon me. I got back and I made a chili. I'm kind of feeling it now. Hey, Calmec 658. How are you? What are you up to? What's tapping going on here? So that one's definitely better than how this one's turned out with the sort of trying to reposition. I thought that was right. And with the super glue now. So that's trying to lock it in more rigid. Working on some stone casts for a league. I mean, oh, cool. This has been an arse. Why did I start this? Try stop fiddling with it. Try this again. Was you happy with the reveals for the new Stormcast? Or not they showed off any models or anything, but did any of that stuff float your boats? Dropped everything everywhere. Ah. Because we are going to be going from plastic to paint. So I'm just giving a can a shake. Because I was going to nip to the door outside, spray them. Love the cinematic to the new edition. Yeah, no, it did look rather awesome. I did catch. I actually caught watching that Rogue Hobbies. Louise was doing her reactions the other night, so I put it on, and she was very distressed by the brutality of the Stormcast against her rats, her beloved ratties. Right, I'm just going to use a quick spray. Give them another little spray in a minute. Just let them dry a little bit first. On my bloody seat. Oh. Well, yeah, it was. I was hoping to see more about the Horus Heresy stuff, but obviously they weren't sort of ready by the looks of things. Because they had to put something out. Same with like not showing the models. I think because of the leaks, and this is where it affects stuff in like the whole chain, because things are getting leaked. They sort of take it upon themselves that they've got to show something and then put something out, whatever it is, whatever they've got available. So that's why some of these reveal things have been a little bit low in like content sort of thing. It's lots of talking and stuff. Oh, hello, Unbox Everything. How are you, buddy? The new White Scar. Oh yeah, the new White Scar. Habu Khan. Habu Khan. I loved Habu Khan as a character in the Chris Wright series, and from where he came from and where he went to, he had a story and he had a good arc. So yeah, he's a right up there. I was expecting to see a command squad for Heresy. So yeah, it was good having what they're doing. Obviously, where they had Medusan, Shadrach Medusan out the other week as well, or showing him off. It's nice that they've got these characters being given some love to help with the continuation of the Heresy, because there's only so much they could. They've already released pretty much everything. Like, well, they've previously in resin, and then obviously now everything's been transferred to plastic. Hopefully, Mark II's get shown up some point or whatever. But you know, having these other characters really do sort of like get the interest going again for people getting into the Heresy now, sort of thing. Plus, like some of the other old guard, although obviously the size differences between Marines might be an annoyance. I know somebody who was thinking about getting rid of his entire army of like Death Guard and then redoing them in new plastics, because happy with the differences in heights and stuff like that. But yeah, they've still got lots of stuff that, like, there's no Raven Guard characters apart from Korax that's ever been released. So they've not had a lot of attention. Long overdue. But we will see. Just give the base another spray. I think a Mark 4 squad is more likely than a new Mark 2. More than likely, yeah. Because, like, Mark 4 at the time of the Heresy, the start of the Heresy, Mark 4 was pretty much the standard. It was only like with certain legions that retained Mark 3 because it was, you know, higher, tougher, more reinforced. It doesn't transfer like that in game, but, you know, Mark 3 was, you know, it was weaker at the back, but because obviously it's for frontal assaults. And Mark 4 was the pinnacle at the height, and then everything else has been sort of rushed through. So, yeah. Just let them dry and then we can start getting basic coats on. So that's the primer done. I have them dry a little bit first before going at them with some lead belcher. Yeah, we've still got, I'm trying to think, like lots of other stuff to come out as well still. So we will see how they progress and what turns up. I was hoping it was going to reveal a new Breacher kit. Oh, yeah. Though if they did it properly, just be an upgrade kit. Yeah, I don't know, like, because they've moved away, like, for the most part, a lot of the stuff is moving away from Forge World. They want the main bulk stuff to be in plastic and maybe only like character models in resin. Like Shadrick Medusan and Habu Khan, I'm not sure if they're going to be, I think they are resin. Not sure. On a different scale, I've slowly been retiring the old and beaten up Night Lords with the new scale. Just means I'm filling the numbers for my expedition fleet. Yeah. You know, you have them at the back of the table. Let them loose elsewhere. That's still got stuff like Mark 6. I can put some more Mark 6 into my Emperor's Children. So that's something I can think about doing at some point. It'll definitely be resin, sadly. I can tell that the designs for them are more similar to resin characters and the Praetors and plastic ones like faffing around. Well, Forge World was never meant to be like a mass production type thing at the end of the day. And resin is, whilst cheaper for molds and stuff, they're not really, over the course of production runs, you go for a lot more molds, whereas plastic injection mold, you get a lot more stuff done quicker and easier, but it's the cost of making the molds. So that's why it offsets it. So for like rank and file, it made sense to do it in plastic because the better sort of profit returns and stuff. But resin, because Forge World were always a sort of, say, like a bespoke manufacturer of bits that don't get a lot of love or gets mentioned in books and stuff. That gives them ideas to create these vehicles and artillery pieces and everything. So that's what they seem to be doing more of, because obviously Forge World earned a lot of money with all their stuff over the last 10, 15 years. It allows their productions to sort of continue with their stuff that, the high price stuff like Titans and that. Unless they're going to shift them to plastic. The old days of the Trojan recovery tank and such, yeah, and Cyclops. Things like Krieg being transitioned over to the main. Solar Auxilia as well. All those tanks. The new walkers as well. They'll do well with Solar Auxilia. Plus having like those tanks in resin, like these knights now being in plastic as well. Now the Trojan was a little sort of recovery tank. It was like it had like a little like crane attachment on the back for dragging out tanks that had been stuck in the mud. That's the whole background for it, sort of thing. So it had a purpose. So it was like these little things that Forge World used to do, like Earthshaker gun carriages and Medusas, Griffin mortars, and all that sort of stuff. Minotaurs. They did the stuff that Games Workshop didn't do. Things that have been mentioned in stories and they became things. Some eventually do become plastic, but not all. So, That's all. I used to love looking through the Forge World catalogues. All the little stuff. It was so cool. It really was. Yeah, the Salamander Scout vehicle was mentioned in Gaunt's Ghost and Tops. It was also in oh, what's his face? The Commissar dude. Not Yarrick, the cowardly one that Sandy Mitchell writes about. I cannot like it was Jurgen. Jurgen as his Batman, that dude, who's has a thing with an Inquisitor. Kane, that's it. Cypher's Kane, yeah. That was the first call of order for Jurgen. Whenever they got requisitioned to go somewhere, his first job was to find a Salamander Scout tank for him to ride around in. That was Kane's vehicle of choice because it was a bit nippier than most things, and it had an open top so they could get out of it quickly. And it had a heavy bolter as well. Rob was shouting that defo Kane, yeah. Yeah, he completely, like I say, I know Jurgen. Jurgen and his pawn slates. Jurgen was my favourite. But say Cypher's Kane is just one of those characters that he's a silly character in a lot of respects, but he inadvertently gets stuff done, and that's the sort of the play on it. It's he's trying to get out of trouble half the time, and he ends up being a hero because he was in the right place at the right time. Not that he wants to be. I think there's a couple of instances in one story where they're fighting against chaos cultists and stuff, or chaos in general, and they see Commissar Kane twatting the enemy and all that, and all the Imperial Guardsmen start shouting out, "Kane, Kane, Kane!" And a chaos, a world eater sort of space marine thinks they're shouting "Corn, corn, corn." Imagine what he could accomplish if he tried to get into trouble instead of out. Yeah, but that's the thing. That's the fun thing about Kane is that he's always trying to. Oh yeah, you go ahead. I'll hold the rear here, because it's dangerous. And he ends up again being in the right place at the right time, but not necessarily on his schedule. He was hoping for a more quiet, sedate thing. It was one of them where he volunteered to go down in these tunnels, where there's mysterious things have been happening in these ice tunnels, and he said, "Oh, I'll go and investigate that whilst the army, the Valhallans that he's attached to, are fighting the orcs on this planet. I'll go. It might be something serious if I go down there, And he's basically doing it just to get out of the way, so he's not in the firing line. And he finds something else, which is a lot worse. Cypher's Game, Hero of the Imperium. Yeah, he's quite the character, bless him. So what would you say characters? What was your favourite characters in book series? I would say my actual favourite character is a bit character in the book Mechanicum, and he's a Skitarii protector by the name of Romu 31. So he does, he looks after Dahlia Sifra, who's the protagonist of the book. But I just like him because he's just straightforward. He just does what he's meant to do, what he's been instructed to do, and I actually identify with him quite a lot. It's weird. This dude is smelling of anesthetic stuff, and goes around protecting this woman from all sorts of murderous things, including the Kaban machine. It's just it just resonates with me, and I absolutely love him. I've only read the first 2 Heresy books. That's all right. Tom what? Rob like Rom 2? Ramu 2? Is that like Gaunt's Ghosts? Because I've never read Gaunt's Ghosts. I've got lots of friends who basically said I don't read Gaunt's Ghosts, they would kill me. It's a bit harsh. I know Rob likes his Dan Abnett. Romu 2. Ah, right. Yeah, Romu 31 is just, again, when he's on screen, he gets shit done. He has a duty, he does it, and he fulfills his programming or whatever. He's just awesome. Like all these thousands of characters that have appeared in these books, and it's just like these little ones. There's another little dude, doesn't even have a name, but he's a guy who features in a short story called Prince of the Red Sands, and he's a world eater who's on Istvan 3, and he just has a little conversation with Angron, who's just murdered all his buddies, as Angron does, and like Angron is just walking along after brutally slaying all of his loyalist sons, sort of thing, and he just sees this one dude sitting there like smiling, and he's like, "What are you smiling at?" He goes, "See that cut on your neck? That was me." How you doing? It's Rob. Hey, Rob. Rob disguised as Crystal. Too many ghost characters to choose from. Yeah, and that's the thing, is like all like my Black Library buddies, they're all massive Gaunt's Ghost fans, and through the series, when certain things that Dan has done, and their horror and despair and their anger, I've heard it all over the years. So I don't know. I know of certain instances and stuff. So it's like, I probably will. I've got some credits owing. I might, and I haven't been doing any audiobooks recently. After End and the Death, 2 and 3, I need to get onto something else. I suppose, until they start doing other books set in that sort of era. Although I do like non-Games Workshop, the culture books by Ian M. Banks, they're really good. I really enjoy most of them. I love the culture warships. They're AI controlled warships, especially the Myzen in the book Surface Detail. He's just such an arsehole. And I think the guy who does the voices, does the narration and the voices in the book audiobooks is just him. It's just brilliant. Favourite bit part character was Winston Fracker from Ravener. I've done all of the Eisenhorn books. I've still got to do Ravener and Beckwin. So that's another lot of stuff that I've got on my my wish list on my Audible account. But again, when the Heresy was kicking out books, everything else takes a standby until then. So, and I still sort of, I haven't for a while, for a couple of years now. But I did used to sort of go through read-throughs of Wheel of Time, as Crystal knows, because fans, #fan. But yeah, Dan does create some really great characters that you sort of follow, especially because he's looking at big scale sort of thing. The Magos in Eisenhorn, the Magos character, I actually quite liked as well. Of his, he's a blank, does nothing but smoke, reads smart until he's needed for me. Well, that's Jurgen. That's Jurgen as well. He just eats, smokes, drinks, serves Kane. I'm still going to say that Aaron does the best characters. Like all of his characters, it's like the highest tribute to Aaron was the Night Lord trilogy, because again, my Black Library buddies were all deeply involved and bought into the whole Night Lords thing, and then they got the third book come out and they start reading it, and there's this very descriptive bit where the Night Lords are committing to a orbital planetary assault, and it's shown in little stories between the characters, and they're going around murderizing people and all that sort of thing, but it's absolutely horrific the things that they do. And my friend Nikki, she was explaining it to me. She even read the passage of what these guys were doing, and she said and after we've all read this, we're all going, and we like these guys. It's like you get that whole brotherhood fraternity thing that goes on in the first two books, and it continues into the third, and then you see behind the curtains that they really aren't nice people. But it's so dry and hilarious. Yeah, no, those sort of characters are definitely worth it. They really do sort of add extra dimension by the simplicity and straightforwardness of them. People forget they're not actually the good guys. But that's the thing. If you get someone who can do really good characters with like a lot of like depth and sort of a bit of humour and all that sort of stuff, uh, you get invested and you're listening to the story and you think and you're backing it because like especially like with um, is it Talos? Is it Talos? Who's like trying to avoid like the higher up dudes who are like possessed by demons now. It's like we don't want that sort of thing. That's not what we call fun. We don't want anything to do with that. Um, and then like trying to keep his legion together and and the next minute they're talking to little children saying, I'm going to take you away now and you're going to have your skin flayed from your body. Oh, right, nice. Yeah, friendly guys. I've got a lot of a lot of issues. But that's the thing, is like authors like to sort of shock people, and that did actually shock. You get that like emotional attachment to the characters, and you go, yeah, they're really awesome, yeah, really cool, I like that dude, and then suddenly like, oh, wow, should I be liking these people? I say like in the Heresy, like, other like characters that particularly resonate and I have an affection for is Dominion Zephon, um, Arkham Land, Sapien, the Artificialian, the monkey, um, Transactor 7Y1. Although she only turns up in Echoes of Eternity, but the other three have been in a couple of books. But Zephon is just, when I first read about Zephon in Master of Mankind, and how Aaron portrayed him, it was just perfection. Like that was a blood angel, that sort of beatific face, that sort of generous spirit, and noble bearing. But yeah, he was fantastic. In the flashbacks, he has of the walls outside the Screaming Gallery, how the child is long dead in the walls. I really liked her appearance. Yeah, it's the thing. It's like people love the Night Lords because they're like they're the rebels. They don't conform. Death to the False Emperor with old Sevatar, but really, really not nice. Then again, most Space Marines really aren't that nice. There are some that are, again, like noble, all that sort of thing, but most of them, for a whole, they're not particularly. You don't want to invite them round for tea. They have a tendency to break your furniture. Oh, chilly, chilly, chilly. I've just had a complete mind blank. So with these particular knights for House Tyrannus, because I need 2 more Tyrannus knights. It's just remembering, because normally in the heresy, pre-heresy, they're blue and silver. But during the pardon me, defensive riser, you're starting to see the red coloured Tyrannus Knights come through. So that's where we're going right now. We are doing red Tyrannus. So red toes. So I'm using the fist on red, the air variant, because it's a lot smoother. Gets into the little nooks and crannies. Much better control. Because once we've got the colours down, we will be going over these in Agrax. This is the process I do these in. And then going over again with the reds, picking out the details and whatever. Some of you who were here earlier know this is the wrong head for this particular knight. But I don't have any spare ones of the old Lancer type because you tend to use them with these ones. It was really weird that they done Lancer heads on the sprue for these guys. It was odd to the extreme. Then they brought out their own kits with their own heads on there. And just getting these Bit's locked in. Locked in. And then beep, beep. Focusing on these bits. Luckily, with Tyrannus, they have silver trim, so that's a win. Sounds like the wind's picking up a little bit over here. Right. Slip a drink. Just realised I missed off the shield. I need Mechanicum. What's going on here? I just had a Kenneth just sent over a meme. The emperor who has walked this world for thousands of years and who has seen all the horrors mankind is capable of looking at, is capable of. looking at Night Lord report and wondering how the fuck they were able to invent 115 new war crimes in a single deployment. Because they can. The Night Lords, they do that shit. Because they're talented, that's how. Yeah. They do crazy ass shit. Big brush. A gentle smattering of Mechanica Standard Grey over the base. That's all groovy toody. One. Notice that Mr. Toe. That's the wind is definitely picking up. and half black on the shin pads. What the hell's wrong with that thing? I've just seen Electric Eve has got a commendation again in the Golden Demon over in Adepticon. So well done to him. I saw your night poses, Arnold, and your little I don't know what they are, boss. Are they the part of the Amazons things for Blood Bowl? My eyesight's failing me on my phone. Sorry. Don't hurt me. Definitely looking rather cool from what I could see. As I kind of expect for you to do, because you know you've got these like mad painting skills. It's like you know what you're doing and everything. Me, I just like, yeah, I'll do. That looks like what you're meant to look like. I'm happy. You actually know stuff about mixing paint shades and all that sort of stuff. So you're a very impressive painter. As well as being a rather awesome human being. You know, one little package of awesomeness. Yes, I might be making a bit of a mess on this, but it doesn't really matter because I'll be tidying it up. When it comes to the next phase. Yeah, yeah. Let's have a drink. Tyrant Skull time. Try not to blend too much on these, only 2 colours and the shade colour. Like taking them back to basics. And sometimes, doing that sort of thing, not going so heavy-handed, not heavy-handed, but like going layer upon layer upon layer. You can get really good looks by just keeping it sort of like straightforward and simple. And I know how much you get sort of, you want to sort of get things done and looking cool, and without the time. Sorry, down the spring. Like the time it takes to achieve that sort of thing. And it's good to see that you're sort of, well, not trying new things, but obviously just giving that sort of approach, seeing how that goes. And speeds up your turnarounds. Like you get sort of suckered into doing those like lots of different shades and bringing in other colours and working on that, because that's sort of slightly disjointed now, and you get that sort of like vicious loop. You feel like you're trapped. Evening all. The boss summoned me. Lovely to see you, birthday brother. What purple delights are you working on today? More Primaris? No. Being attacked by my own hair. How savage. maybe I should actually leave this until after I've done the washes. Because I'm going to have to do some more red anyway, so yeah, maybe I'm just faffing a little bit here. He says as he continues doing what he said he shouldn't really be doing because he's stupid. Nothing today, wait until Uber Sunday. I can't have more than one thing on the go. What do you mean you can't have more than one thing on the go? Of course you can. Multiple projects. All good. It says. All right. So one of these is watered down agrax, one of them is neat agrax. So the neat agrax more for the superstructure for the time being, but also mixing in with the watered down stuff as well to help spread the undiluted better. So it's sort of weakening, yes, but it does help. A purple one. Quality heed. Yes. I'm going to change the brush because that is just annoyingly not right. Do. Sorry for the slippage there. Not intentional. Big fat brush. So the reason why I use Agrax more than Nuln Oil is it just gives that sort of more like oily, dirty sort of look, well weathered appearance to the metals in particular. And some of these metals I'll be going over with Seraphim Sepia. That normally over lead belch in particular does give it more of like an antique sort of stained or even heat stained effect. And differentiates it from the rest of the superstructure on the night. Again, over the base, it is just obviously once I've sprayed it with the Halford's Grey primer, gone over with standard Mechanicum standard grey. So dry brush with Tyrant Skull, and then mixture of neat and watered down Agrax over it. That's it. So dry. Ink. Right, so whilst that's happening, pop them there to dry. Slurp a drink. Now, what am I fancying doing now? Course. I think I'm going to keep things simple. These are my focus for the 2 nights. So I'm going to make a start on this dude. My little Gundam. Or one of the little Gundams I've got. Little TB dude. Sorry for the noise. Bit more noise. Yeah, these kits are actually really quite straightforward to do, he says. He's now looking at doing some stickers. So it feels like building Kinder eggs. It would help if I actually went in at the right angle. Hunt. Yay! I'm so happy right now. You just don't understand. Oh, fuck. I just realised this is a sticker part. Let's try and get on. So that's the central head bit, and I've got to use a sticker. Or just give a Gundam for Easter. I know a certain someone who has lots of Gundams kits at very reasonable prices. Right. Oh my god, what am I doing? Kind of works. Number 2. That's number 2. This flesh is really enjoyable to paint, and it's just Heath's fave purple and pink flesh scale colour. Barakna. So that's actually quite good. Just keeping it simple and making it awesome. Sticker 11. PCC. These two. drop that. So, like so. Handy dandy. And more stickers. What are stickers? D. Oh, what's that? So these are literally, I'm not even using clippers, and it's very little effort to actually break them off. Screws. So like when you just sort of piece together really easily, like so. What bit's that? D. So that's that bit. Oh, just pops on it. There we go. Oh my gosh, more stickers. On the right side. Oh shit. Oh my god. Oh. I'll take this off because that's just going to. It's like sort of sticky foil. Put, I guess. Oh god. So much stickeriness. I've done. I bought one of the like pens for lining. I've done that on a couple at the moment, but the big one I bought last weekend. It's a big one, cost 40 quid, but the Cachatria. That one, the one that I really like. that one's going to be the one I'm thinking of actually like painting and doing all the bits and bobs. Oh my god! But let's say there's no glue whatsoever. No freaking glue. The 7PC. That's 9. Slots on in. F. Refs. These are slightly rubberized. Oh, there it is. What's that? Oh my god. Stupidly, like easy peasy, he says, in a cocky way. Something's bound to go wrong. So easy. Yeah, admittedly, I'm just doing a little bit of cleanup, but so these are like obviously entry level kits. So really, you say no glue. It's just straight together. So cute is that? Right, I've done that. A12 4. It's morphing time. So 20, so yeah, of course it's going to be that. So I'll do this first. And 5. Even these stickers have got little cuts in, so they can bend around the ridges better, it says. It's a bit like additional origami. It's crazy. last sticker, which is the crotch one. Ha 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 ha, I win, he says, very cockily. Oh, this is going to be a right pig. The biggest sticker, the last sticker. Something interestingly, on the cartoon side of things, not exactly Gundam, but Robotech. Apparently, Disney Plus will have a whole Gundam, not Gundam, sorry, the Cross Robotech, the original sort of mecha robot-y cartoon series on Disney Plus at some point, which is going to be cool. And to finish off, we have a little pew pew. He has a sword? Where's his sword? Oh, there it is. Ah. Oh, you're going to fucking laugh. What's that? Oh, shit. Just realised that thing's got more stickers that go on it. Okay. So he does have a little sword. Right. So he has a little gun. Which, if I can get into the hole, there you go. Well, funnily enough, Crystal, I've got one of these little dudes for you. So I was just, when I get the opportunity to drop it off to you. So it's not the same kit, but it's a similar one. No, I haven't got it in here. So I'll get that to you, because I know you like your little Pikachu I got, yeah? So like that Pikachu, that was like tenner. So these would be in the same sort of bracket as that. It's like I said, the Gundam kits are just so stupidly good value for money compared to what we've all been paying out for Games Workshop over the years. Um, they are pretty cool. So this is the original RX-78.2 Gundam, the iconic one that you see on Yokohama, where they have the Gundam factory. They've got a full-size one of these that is mechanized, so it moves, but it's in like a hangar, like gantries all around it. But every now and again, like it sets off all these like steam and starts moving, bends down onto one knee and all that sort of stuff. It is absolutely amazing. Unfortunately, it's ending its time because they were trying to get rid of it years ago. It was only maybe a temporary thing, but with COVID and all that sort of stuff, it hung around for much longer. But it is finally coming to the end of its service. But definitely go onto YouTube and search for the full-size Gundam or Yokohama Gundam, and you'll see that. But I say, like the I did actually take a picture where I've put out so that's the unicorn, and there's the RX-78. In the background, you've got my command quant. You can't see it, but just there behind the unicorn is the a Gunvolver. So that one I've traced round with the lining pen. I've got to do it with the quant. But they are really posable. I say they're so posable. Like the unicorn, which is a RG grade, I swapped the head round to do the proper unicorn. So all these bits sort of, you can close them up so it's all white. So as this the unicorn Gundam in destroyer mode, where it's like at its maximum power, all the things start glowing and all that shit. So, but that's unicorn. So the one I got is the opposite number to the unicorn, the Castria. So, but I just want. I've been gagging to actually build this little chap for ages. It was like I got this from Dennis at Rivals Corner, and it was actually, he sent me one of these as a thank you for, you know, sharing his stuff and, you know, making friends, I suppose, when I ordered my pen. Unfortunately, the red sprue in the box set was the wrong red sprue, so I couldn't actually make the head. So I as it should be like this. So I mentioned it to him, and he checked one of the kits he had at home and realised, oh, it's the same. So he got it sorted. Basically, he sent emails off, and they said, "Oh right, yeah, see the problem. Just we'll get you a replacement sent out." And this was sent out to me the other week. So the thing I went to the other day, the premiere, they were really busy for the entirety of the event. There was so many, like lots of people there, and they were. It's really nice because, as I say, they're a young couple, and this is like Dennis's little dream is setting up his own little business. He's just really friendly and nice and lovable. Seen a video of it before. I think I posted up on my Instagram the other day. Oh, the other week, at least. Pew pew pew, pew pew pew, pew pew, mother truckers. I don't know if you saw in that picture just now the other RX, that dude. So I've actually put down some, or actually at this time of this picture there wasn't any white tack down, so that dude is standing on one leg. He's just balanced on it perfectly. So it's like, wow, that's pretty cool. So that one is another like entry level. So the standard entry level one. So again, you just literally just pop off the sprue and stick it together like that. They are just so easy to work with. But obviously, with the better kits like the RG, the MG, which I haven't got an MG yet, and then you've got the PG, which is like the perfect grade. Yeah, they're obviously they go up in price, but HG ones, which are pretty much the standard, that gun volver was £16 for a kit, and again, superposable. You get your weapon options. You know, if you want a sword, if you want to just have a gun on it, whatever, you can do it, and you get some like options on the hands as well. So not just grippy ones. You sometimes like hands spread out like that or whatever. So again, like on the unicorn, so he's got his hand like splayed out hand, and he's touching the end of the a viper. So again, I've got to do all the lining on this and that dude, but I'm not doing that today. You've seen the reveal for the RGX Gundam kit. I've seen quite a lot of stuff recently, so I possibly have. There's some really like nice looking kits that are they're showing like the designs for. And again, like I don't know that many bits. But these are cute little monkeys. Oh, look. So you can do all the original weapon B. Beam Saber. And he actually holds a backpack. That's pretty cool. But yeah, some of the stuff they've been showing off has just been like, oh wow. That's cool. Working on my second full-scale hound. First one's years ago was missing a shoulder. This one's missing 2 front toes. Jesus. Forward roll quality control strikes again. Are you putting it onto a base at all? Because obviously, if you've got the toes on the other, was it both front toes are missing, like from left and right foot? So you should probably get somebody to. You could probably mould them. Get some of that blue stuff. Make a mould and make it out of green stuff. Toes, as long as it sort of looks the same. You can normally do that with blue stuff. You just mould it, heat it, mould it to shape. Yeah, 10 wooden plate, 2 toes on the left foot. Came with 3 extra rear toes. Oh, right. Yeah, something like that. You should have just got straight onto them. Photographs of the toes in question. Just get on them. They are generally quite good with stuff like that, especially if like you've got your all your information. They can just call up and then just go, oh yeah, here you go. Admittedly, sometimes they don't get it exactly right, and they will take time to get the replacement bits, but you know, they generally get that sort of shit sorted out. Yeah, but unfortunately, that sort of thing is they don't just have them like in a box somewhere. They actually make them when they're doing a production run. So, but then once you've got the parts, there's no stopping you. I live near Citadel HQ store here in Texas, so it'll be shipped express to there. Oh, that's cool. So do you go down there quite a lot, or is it like still a bit of a drive? Because I know like how big America is. And even say, oh yeah, I live near Texas, but it's still like, yeah, you could be a good few miles away. So that's the old pads. It's about 20 minutes from home. So it's not a terrible drive. I used to get it all the time. It's nice to be able to see the scale of kits before they justify the cost. Yeah. Beep. Like a twat, he forgot about toes on that one. Mm-hmm. Right. So many things I forgot to do, it says. It's really quite windy. It's actually quite cold in here today. Pardon me. Let me get these cable bits done. Here. Hey, Scott. How are you, buddy? Tiny nights. Yeah. Well, these were part of the sort of little purchase I made at the start of the year of the Titans that I bought off of Leaf. And these two little guys are in there as well. Didn't mention them. But I thought, ooh. And it just comes in handy. I was looking through my knights, some of my knights the other day, and realised that I didn't have like a full amount of 4 knights. Because lancers come in like banners of 4. So now I have a full banner of 4. Which is good. What are you up to anyway? What are you painting tonight? Really like when you're doing silver on silver, but the different types of silver. silver within silver. So like Inception silver. I'm done painting for the day. Worked on Corsair earlier. Just relaxing a bit. Oh, that's cool. And thank you for dropping in, saying hello. Touching up bits I missed. And catching others. Make sure these are all nice and cool looking. Oh, itchy shin. God. Egg. A little bit of contrast. Hey, hi Gizmo. You missed out on this little dude. I was waiting for the washes to dry, so I built this one. So you're getting the Seraphim Sepia onto metals. Makes it look a little bit more sort of older and like heat scorched. That's what I normally put onto like barrels of las weapons and melters and flamers in particular. Some Carnum into the rear cables. I'm doing that because I'm about 90% sure that I did that. It's just that I haven't looked at my Tyrannus Knights and I haven't got them here. So I remember those were yellow, but I don't remember these being yellow. So I've gone black. I just remembered. Should I remember? Oh yeah, that's it. No, where did I put it? Nope. Yes. a little window. And onto a little handle. Okay. Pretty sure, thinking about it, that the shields are also done in sepia. Run over, make sure that they're the right hue. Yep. Wind is picking up again. So that's gonna be fun going indoors. So with sepia over like lead belcher, it does give you that sort of stained, heat stained, which again, like these shields, because they're sort of constantly having charge pass through them, the ion shields. Well, these, no, not iron shields. They are iron shields, but they're a different type of iron shield. Because of it projects, so they have a save in close combat, whereas other ones don't, or they didn't. Not in 40k they don't. I need to find some iron breaker. Whoa! I'm surprised I managed to get up there. Quartz black, lots of quartz black. Ouch. Got more paints off screen, so that's what I'm looking for at the moment. Expect to see a little bump in views of your Solaria how-to though. This big resin girl I'm working on will represent them finally. I shall pay close attention to the numbers on that now you mentioned it. Keep an eye open. Gonna have to watch and rewatch and make sure I get the technique down. Yeah, it won't take you that long really. It's fairly straightforward. Obviously, you want a bigger Titan. You might look at doing it like with a sponge, like I do in the video. Make it a little bit easier for you and make it a little bit more spread out and not so clumped, like with on the smaller models when you're using like a staple brush. It's fine, but on a big model you want a bigger footprint, don't you, really? All the old likes and subscribes and all that sort of stuff, it all helps out at the end of the day. I know you probably hear it on all these YouTubers and all that, but popping a like and subscribe, or just builds up numbers. That's what the algorithm looks for. What's happening? Mm. I sworn I had backside gold. I did. Mm-hmm. Very noisy cars speeding around. What's that? So all my Titans and Knights have a bad and black as the rim colour. Well, good night, boss. Thank you for coming in and hanging out. It's most lovely of you. It's really appreciated as well. Thank you. I hope you've got lots of work done. There's obviously Adepticon being on at the moment. Mouse is over there. She actually played her first game of Adeptus Titanicus today. She was so happy. Unfortunately, she didn't take any photos, so it would have been nice. It's always nice to see Titans. So it's done. Thank you. Experimenting. Just realised I just picked up by the freaking rim. Oh, poop. Guess I'll be repainting that in a sec. Getting a little bit carried away there. So that's good, good, good. This is I'm going to touch up the black. Fingers cleaned, he says. He tries to peel off all the bloody paint he just covered himself in. That's, right. What do I need? Oh. He goes looking through his stuff. Yeah. Bungee arm, an iron breaker. These two are just going to be like scions, because I've already done stuff for the warden, princeps, and the highest scion, or whatever they're called. I can't remember at the moment. non-oil. To only certain parts of the night. Tone the colour down. Hello. What the fuck do I put here? Indeed. That's a question we all wonder. That's the kitty. Adding this down. some two ding tanks. Two Spartans against two Knicks. Two Knicks. Knicks of House Interiors. If you could just focus, thank you. A little bit of known on that. Ooh. Oh, I forgot how hard it is to place and mark these legs for pinning. Going to for stepping up onto a Legio Volpa Warlord head you're talking about. That's cool. That is cool. And it's always worth having a Legio Volpa head on a base. Ooh, crikey. Right, I think that's all I can get done tonight with these. So, 2 nights from start to finish. And, well, 3 hours really, isn't it? But I've got decals for them as well, so that's going to come in handy once I get around to doing that. I might quickly, he says, because I can't leave it what alone. No. Seemed like an idea, but I'm not liking it now. So made a mistake and started painting rivets. There's so many. You have learned a valuable lesson there. Don't paint the rivets. That's a pain. Woo. Oh, pardon me. Let me do yawns. I think that is me done for tonight. Because I've got work tomorrow and I'm really tired. But yeah, so do my nights for the Terrace boys. I'll get them finished off over the next day or so. Put some decals on them. I've got to find the decals first, which is the annoying thing. They're in here somewhere. But yeah, thank you all for coming out to play tonight and hanging out and having a chat and doing some hobby. Not bad going. 1 Gundam and 2 Imperial Knights for tonight's endeavours. It's pretty cool. So I hope you have a great rest of the weekend, wherever you are and whatever you are doing. And I look forward to seeing you again on, should be a Wednesday evening. So, for Wednesday Night Warlord. So until then, I hope you all have a great time, as I said, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.